Hi everyone, Sharon back with Feel Good with Sharon TV. So I started to make this video earlier and once again it went out. So as I was saying, I wanted to talk to you about relationships, and in particular when you first meet someone and some of those warning flags that may signal, maybe I better slow this down, or is this someone I really want to get involved with? And oftentimes it will start out with flattery. So they will say things like, oh, you're beautiful, or you're so gorgeous, or yeah, I'm going to marry you, or which, by the way, guys, when you say that to a woman when you've just met her, it really is a red flag. And then when you try and make it seem like it's something wrong with her for not like going, yee-haw, those words, but like, what are we supposed to do with that? It's like, I don't know you, you don't know me. Why? You don't even know I could be a fatal attraction. Why would you want to marry someone you just met? You know nothing about me, and vice versa. So if someone comes on that strong, that's a red flag. If you start to date someone and they start to track you or tell you what to wear, or you don't need to be say things like you don't need to be talking to a guy, any guys, or just like things that are so extreme, it's like, what's going on? Because I'm telling you and I'm talking to you from experience, not from a textbook or a class, but from experience. And in the Bible it says the older women are to teach the younger women. So I'm teaching, hopefully the younger women are listening, but also women my age and older, because having been exposed to it, now I can see it. But when it happened to me, I didn't see it. I thought, oh, it's cute, he's like, so into me or whatever, but it's a red flag, seriously. And you want to watch out for that kind of thing. And it can go both ways. It's not just the guy doing it to the woman. Sometimes it's the woman doing it to the guy. So I have to try and make sure my angles are right when I'm yeah, you want to make sure you give yourself a minute, both of you, to get to know each other. So he needs to give you a chance to tell about yourself and vice versa. And don't say things, guys and girls, vice versa. Don't say like, oh, I want to get to know you. And then when the person is waiting for you to ask something about them, you never do. I mean, ask me something about me. And if I try to tell you about myself, don't shut me down or take a comment or something that happened and put it into a group like all women or all black women, or ladies don't say all black men or all men. Don't make sweeping statements, because it's such a turn off. And unless someone wants to be control, just maybe chill out. Like, don't be so what's the word, like, it doesn't happen everything doesn't have to happen. Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? So it doesn't all have to happen today. I just met you, so, I mean, do you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. And like I said, it goes both ways. The girls can do it to guys, and guys can do it to girls, or men to women, women to men. So I want you to just be aware if someone is trying to track you or tell you what to do or make statements like, I'm going to marry you, and they've known you for a day or a week or a month. You might want to check that. And some people will say, well, what about love at first sight? And I guess that's possible. I've never had love at first sight. But sometimes it's lust at first sight. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'd like to get to know him. And if they start to talk about sex, like after talking to you one time, it's like, really? That happened to me, and I was thinking, whoa, what happened? Like, did I say something? Did I do something? I'm thinking, did I miss it? And so I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to give him a minute to self-correct. He did it again. And so then when I point it out, then he's like, I wasn't talking about sex. It's like, well, what was that? It's like blatant, like in your face. It's like, seriously, dude? And that's happened more than once. It's like, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's happened more than once. And it's a red flag. And once it's happened to you one time and you've lived long enough, you will start to notice it. And when it happens a second time, it's like, I'm heading for the hills. I'm out of here. Because it's inappropriate. It's especially in today's society. You cannot just be getting together like that. As a more mature woman, it's it's like I don't have time for that. I'm very selective, and I'm going to be monogamous, and there will be, if ever, a physical relationship, it would not be with someone you just met. That's like the 80s, right? Or the 70s or something, or flower child era. I don't know. I guess people are doing that, but I don't know why. So to each his own, but don't disrespect me that way, and then I won't have to point it out, and you won't have to get mad at me because I pointed it out. And if I'm trying to tell you about me and you don't like what I'm saying, then maybe that's a sign we should just kind of go our separate ways, because this reminds me of a movie I saw once, and I love this movie except for the fact that it was a married man. Okay, I'm not in favor of that. Definitely not. But I liked the movie. I was young, and it's called Until September. And it's an American girl, a young lady, and she goes to Paris, and she meets this handsome Parisian, and she just wants to go out with him so badly. And finally they do, and then when they come back from the date, he tries to, he makes his move, and she gives him a kiss, and then it's kind of like, no, like, don't. Or, like, she backs it up, like, stop it. And I don't mean back it up like wobble baby, back it up. Just like, stop, like, stop it. It's like, and he gets a little tiffed, he's like, kind of like, like, I thought you wanted this. And she says something that I think is pretty profound without really saying it. And that is, she says, I'm not a little girl. And a lot of times, when you're my age, men will make statements like, oh, well, like, you're a grown woman, I'm a grown man, or whatever. And it's like, and all the more reason for me not to be making childish decisions and hopping into bed with you. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I am a grown woman, you're a grown man, let's act like it. Okay, so not act like a couple of teenagers whose hormones are out of control. And so when she tells him that, what she's trying to say is, I want to get to know you. I want to take my time with you. I want us to, I know it's kind of corny maybe, and from the 80s or 70s or whatever, but we want to be wooed and courted, and we want you to take your time, and we want you to pursue us, and not just think, dive right in. It just doesn't work like that for, not just for ladies, I'm going to say, because young ladies or older ladies, yes, we're women, but we're ladies first. And we want you to treat us like ladies. We want you to be like patient and take your time and get to know me and listen to me and talk to me. And how about holding hands instead of trying to get in my pants? That sort of thing. And, some things are sexier than you think if you just give it a chance. Monogamy can be very sexy. In fact, I think it's extremely sexy, as opposed to you just running around with everyone. And not to be stepping on people's toes out there, but there's some discretion is necessary, needed in our society, because it's kind of, I just don't know what's going on, and it's so sad. It's like, have you ever heard of dating, holding hands, slow dancing, the first kiss, all those things? That's my generation. And I think it's sad that our young people are missing out on that because everyone's in a hurry to, back it up. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's ready to, like, jump in the sack or wherever you jump and get busy. And I just think, what a shame. You don't even know what you're missing. The buildup is the best part. And that's part of the courtship. That's part of getting to know me. That's the anticipation of, if you can anticipate what would it be like to have that first kiss, or what would it be like to hold that person's hand, or do a slow dance. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't matter your age. Here's the thing about romance. Romance is ageless. And it doesn't matter if you're 20 or if you're 82 or 102. Romance is a romance. And women, ladies, we love it. Okay? So I want guys to know that. So, but for us ladies, and for you gentlemen, how about we all just slow down and take our time and get to know each other and listen more than anything? Because if you listen, you're going to learn a lot about the person, and then you'll find out for sure, is this someone I really want to be being intimate with? Do I really want to go there? I don't know where you've been. You don't know where I've been, right? Oops. Every now and then, my face is looking really shiny. Guess I should have put on some powder. I wanted that hair back and this hair forward. What does that have to do with this subject? Nothing, as always. Every now and then, I just like to break it up and lighten it up. And so, but anyway, I hope that this helps you, because the most important thing is in a relationship is to let the person be themselves. Let me be me. You know, there's a song by Ohio Players. It says, I want to be free. And in that song, they're talking about breaking up, but you want to be free even in the relationship. It's like, don't stifle me. Stop trying to hold me down and make me be something I'm not. It's like when you first meet someone, sometimes it's like, oh, you know, like you can do no wrong. And then after a while, it's like they're trying to turn you into someone else. And like I say, it goes both ways. It's like, let me be me. Let me be free. Freedom. Oh my gosh. America, thank you. Thank you, God. Even God, I mean, he gives us free will. Can you, man and your woman, can you give each other free will? Because being stifled is, oh my God, I can't tell you how much I hate that. It's like, you're not allowing me to be me. And if you let me be me, it'll be the best thing for you. I can assure you, and vice versa if I let you be you. Now, obviously, if there's something going on that's wrong with you, that's different. Or if you're trying to do harm to someone, that's different. But just trying to say, shut up and sit in the corner, or, you know, that whole barefoot pregnant thing for women, that's ridiculous. That doesn't work. We want to be heard. You want to be heard. Everyone wants to be heard. So when someone is telling you something that's bothering them, if something in the relationship they're, you know, trying to bring to your attention, then please listen. Please listen, because other than being told to, like, oh, be quiet, or you don't know what you're talking about, or like you don't have a voice, is to have someone not listen. So I think we can all do each other a favor just by slowing down, getting to know each other, hold off on the intimacy. Don't be so quick for that. Yes, marriage is great for those who want to be married, but just saying, oh, I'm going to marry you is not like something that's going to make women just go, ooh, wee, yippee, yippee. You know, like, I've been waiting for you. And maybe there's a story there. How about getting to know that person and finding out? And not everyone's going to be a mom, not everyone's going to be married, but it doesn't mean we don't want to be, to have you maybe in our lives, and vice versa. I'm sure men feel the same way. I can't speak as a man because I'm a woman, but I just want you to maybe just listen to the other person, get to know the other person, and don't get mad if someone doesn't go along with your, you know, suggestion or your requests, and, you know, just be ready to write the person off, because every relationship isn't always meant to be a romantic one anyway. So maybe you might think, well, maybe there's another reason this person crossed my path, is in my life, you know. And just don't think everything is about a booty call because it's not, let me just tell you. So I hope this information will help you if you're starting out and you're starting to date teenagers, and by all means, never allow anyone to put their hands on you, okay? They do it once, they'll do it again. And no one deserves that on either side. Keep your hands to yourself. And if someone says no, back the F up, excuse my language. And just be willing to say, hey, listen, if I said no, like in the movie Until September, she goes, don't. And that's exactly what we mean when we say that. It doesn't mean, though, we don't want you. We just don't want you to move right now. Like, can you slow your roll, dude? Like, come on, bro. Come on, baby. Like, slow it down. Just take your time and don't be so quick. And don't assume because, you know, it's not happening at the pace you want that it won't happen. So don't. Don't throw in the towel, but don't think, like I say, Rome wasn't built in a day. So can you give me a minute to catch my breath? Can you like tell me who you are? Can you listen to who I am? Can we see if we have anything in common? It's, at least back in the 70s, it was like, hey, baby, what's your sign? Remember that song? I'm going to put the link to that. I should pop it in this video. Cancer. When they would sing out the zodiacs, and all of, what were they? I mean, it's like, you should Google it or no, YouTube it and see the video from Soul Train. It's like, and my name is Charles. And I like a lady that's, quiet. But I love that song and I love that video. But at least, back in the day, men took their time. They got to know us. And you were lucky if you got to hold someone's hand and do a slow dance. And if you kiss, baby, that was like a home run. There was none of this nonsense that's going on today. And like I say, there's something very sexy about waiting and getting to know someone, anticipation, and just, the buildup of anything and everything is way sexier than just like jumping in. It's like, who does that? So not cool. And can we build some type of, like relationship based on something other than just what someone, not just what they look like, but what you want to do to them or something like that. I mean, there's more to life than that. And you're missing out on a lot if you don't get to know the person, especially this person, because there's way more to me than what you think you may know if you don't know me at all. And I'm a great friend, not to toot my own horn, but yeah, you get to miss out on a lot when you don't give it a chance and get to know that person before you're ready to like, jump them. It's like, who does? I just can't even believe the world we're living in now, So anyway, young ladies out there, know that you are always the prize. That's another thing that will come up. It's all of a sudden now men are the prize. It's like, when did that happen? No, let me just get this straight right now for both sexes. The woman is always the prize, okay? She's always the prize. And once you get that straight, then, we can move forward. So that's never going to change, okay? And you should be glad she's the prize. I mean, it just doesn't even go together to think the guy's the prize. I mean, not that we don't value you and appreciate you and do all kind of things for you, but hey, don't get it twisted. I'm the prize. The woman is always the prize. So you remember that, young ladies. Don't allow anyone to act as though they're doing you a favor. And I'm not saying you should act as though you're doing them a favor either, but don't get it backwards. Don't get it twisted, baby. The woman, the young lady, the older lady, she's always the prize, okay? And you are the beneficiary, and if you're lucky, you'll be the winner of that prize. So you ought to be glad she's the prize. So that's a good thing. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, and I just want you to like look out for the warning signs when you first meet someone. I mean, not look out for them, but just be aware. If you start to hear things, that seem a little too controlling, and where are you going, and why are you wearing that, and that kind of thing, and they've only known you a week, or they meet you and the first thing out of their mouth is, I'm going to marry you. And don't get caught up in the, oh, you're beautiful. Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. And because that's, we like compliments, yes, but don't get blindsided by the compliments so much so that you don't see this is a controlling spirit and you don't want to have anything to do with that. You really don't. So watch out for that. Never allow anyone to put their hands on you, of course. And to the guys, no means no, don't means don't. And what else? Just listen. Just listen. Get to know me. No, monogamy is king, at least in the ladies' world. And I say ladies. Monogamy is very important. And what else? See, I'm very old school. They go, no, you're just old. That too. So yes, old and old school, but you can learn a thing or two from me because I've been through a lot. And I can tell you what has worked and what hasn't worked. And it's up to you whether you take that advice or not, So when I'm doing these videos, it's like I'm about to fall over. It's like I'm in all these weird angles and I'm looking here and I'm looking there. It's like, I don't even know where the camera is. So, yeah, so I think I got everything out that I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Just, freedom. Freedom is so important. So don't try to take away someone's freedom by controlling them. And don't try to stifle my voice because I have something to say. And think about it, I've lived all these years on the planet and everything's been good. And now I've met you and you have all the answers for me. Probably not. Maybe we can both learn something from each other if we're both willing to listen to each other and be willing to be considerate of the other person and stop trying to act as though you have all the answers and that you're always right. Oh my gosh, such a turn off. And what else? One last thing I'm going to say to the gentleman. We do love flowers and we do love holidays and we want you to acknowledge them and we want you to say I love you and we want you to call us on those holidays. And if you ever get to the proposal stage, we want you on one knee, just so you know. So now that's not 100% across the board, but most of us ladies, those are the things we like. And if you're old school like me, we also like for you to open the door, not just show up. Remember that movie with Megan Good? It's like she wasn't going to get in the car with the guy. It's like, open the door. So, but we're very much, we want that, okay? We want it, we expect it, and we appreciate it a lot. And I'm sure some guys are out there like, well, and what am I going to get? And all I can say is, I'll pop in a song. It says, it's the Dales, give your baby a standing ovation and she'll do the same for you. You know what I mean? She's going to give you a whole lot more than you're giving her. So just treat her like a lady. Temptations. You'll notice that in my tapes, I reference music and movies a lot. And, but they fit. And once I figure out how to edit, I'm going to pop them in so that you can see what I'm talking about. So give your baby a standing ovation and she'll do the same for you. I don't know if that's the exact wording. I need to pop that song in. I love that song. Give your baby. I'm not going to try to sing because I'm not the sister who can sing. That would be my other sisters. So, so tune in again for another show on, excuse me, something to help you live a good life, to feel good, to look good, and to live a good life. That's what we're all about here at Feel Good with Sharon TV. I hope I say something to help someone out there. I don't want to be offensive. If anything came across the wrong way, I apologize in advance. And it's not to turn anyone off or it's just to help us understand each other. And when it comes to relationships, there has to be understanding and, of course, sacrifice and all those things. But don't try to shut the person down or stifle them or control them or have a temper tantrum if you don't get your way. Temper tantrums. I'm sure we can all think of someone, right? So, just try to get my angles. I never know how the angles are going to be until it's too late. So, and with the hair. Okay. Yeah, it's not like I'm just looking in the mirror. It's just I don't want to look so dumb and ridiculous on the camera and then it comes back later and it's like I've done all this talking and now it looks like, my hair is in my ear or in my mouth or, or something's off. That's a distraction. And then someone will be like, can you move that hair, please? Can you move the hair out your mouth? Or that sort of thing. It's like, don't look at it, just listen to it. So, okay, yeah. So remember, if you like this video, please click like. And if you don't mind, and even if you do, please subscribe to my channel and share with your family, friends, and followers. And by the way, I don't want to be the only one talking, so I'd love to have you be a guest on the show, and we will be coming to local TV, so I'm looking for people to be on Feel Good with Sharon TV, whether you can sing or cook, or you have a message, or a testimony of something you've gone through, whether it's a relationship or some kind of illness and you've recovered. I would love to have you on the show. And even before we get to TV, I'd love to have you on my YouTube channel. So, just message me, text me, or call me. Call me, because I like to talk on the phone. I'm old school. And maybe we can get you on here as a guest and you can help someone with something you have to say, something that's good, something that helps them to live a good life. So I hope you'll tune in again for another show with me, Sharon, on Feel Good with Sharon TV, so that you can look good, live good, and feel good. Okay, so see if we can get this hair right. For those of you who are wondering, yes, my hair is blue. It sure is. And yes, I am still wearing that makeup from earlier today. You know, I tried that new makeup. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Say it again. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. It's Maybelline Foundation. Super Stay Full Coverage Non-Transferable Foundation. I had this on earlier, so look at the pores. Well, anyway. Okay, this is the blooper end of the video. You can go now. I'll be like Ferris Bueller, like, are you still there? Go home. Okay, so anyway, I hope you'll tune in again. I wish you love and more love in your relationships out there. I hope you find the person of your dreams and you live a life of love and joy and happiness and listen to each other and adore and treat each other with respect and honor and give them the freedom to be themselves. And remember, the woman is the prize. Okay, so tune in again with me, Sharon, for another episode of Feel Good with Sharon TV.